chances are you might have a demon blinding your mind. And I would challenge you to do a few things with me. Now, you don't have to do this, but there were a few atheists that said they had spent a very long time in churches just going to see what's what, and they never felt convicted of anything. And they've read the Bible, or they've read of it, or they've heard of it, or some variation of that story. I would challenge you guys to pray, just to see if this could potentially change anything for you. I mean, I would love to know. I would, in the comment section, if this does something for you, I would love to hear a testimony. I would like to just see what this does for you. I would like to see if you guys would be willing to pray every night or every morning to God. I would also suggest, through what I've heard about the way some atheists have sought after God, it seems to be very impersonal. I would like to see if you would be willing to actually seek God in a way that's more personal. If you could just imagine God, just imagine a guy sitting next to you and try to talk to him in a more intimate way, not talk about him, if that makes any sort of sense. Because like I've said they've been to all of these churches for so many years. They've really heard everything that had to be said. They've really looked at the situation from an analytic point of view, which is not inherently a bad thing. It might be of some assistance to start a personal relationship with them. If it helps you, one thing you could do is take a piece of paper and write, "Dear God," and just maybe try to imagine him. Now, I would caution you not to start adding traits to God that don't exist. Yes, like, I think he might be, really funny, or he might be really reserved. Don't start adding traits to God and then operating under that, because it's very dangerous. That's an idol God, a God that's not really like Jesus at all. But just say, "Dear God," and just try to imagine him and have that conversation with him. Pour out your heart, tell him you want to know that he's real. And it might happen soon, it might not. I would also seek, and you can, or keep a notebook, really keep at it. You have to be persistent. It might not happen overnight. I don't know what God's reasonings are. I can't promise you anything. I would also suggest perhaps going to a very light-filled church and receiving prayer. Maybe get put on a prayer chain. Now, it might really help you to have hands laid on you, and there is power in prayer. This is the truth. To have really godly people praying for you and over you, and to really be speaking good things over your life, that could help you reach relationship with Christ. And these are only tips. You don't have to follow them, but just from things that I've heard from some atheists, I found myself thinking, well, that could actually help, and this could actually help. And these are just helpful tips that I've thought of along the way that could potentially help you reach the destination of knowing Christ eventually. These are only my tips to you. And I really would like for you to follow them. And I really would like to go on this little experiment with you. And I really would love to know what the results are, because honestly, I'm a bit curious to know how much this would work. So yes, write to God. Get a Bible. The New King James Version would be one of the ones that I would recommend. I would honestly, because I've noticed I have a New English translations, and I've had it for a while. And I saw this video of this one guy, and he had an old King James Version, if I'm not mistaken, and he had a New English version or New English translation. And he opened up the Bibles, and literally, the New English translation literally had an entire verse missing. And the funny thing is, the other day is I was looking for this scripture that said some demons will not come out unless you fast and pray. And I'm flipping through it because I had it for ages. It was big. It was lovely. It was pink. It had massive print because I really would prefer massive print because I wear glasses. And it was lovely, and it was easy to read. It was a really great gateway entry Bible. And so I'm fumbling around this Bible because I've had it for so long. It was my first Bible. It has all of my notes. It's highlighted. It is well used. And it says in that translation, some demons will not come out except by prayer. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is very dangerous.